Meanwhile, guys, there are many things happening on the market. Let me clarify something on Harry Kane deal, because Daniel Levy clearly decided not to proceed with the deadline decided by Bayern by the end of Friday to answer their last bid for Harry Kane, around 100 million euros package with some add-ons. So he decided to wait on that proposal, not to give any green light, to take his time to think about it, and he's still in this kind of situation. So Daniel Levy has still not communicated anything to Bayern. Bayern remain optimistic, but again, it's up to Tottenham. So at the moment, there is still no answer from Daniel Levy. The Tottenham chairman is taking his time, and so we wait and see. But sources close to the negotiation guarantee that the deal is still on. So at the moment, while I'm speaking, nothing has changed. Then let's wait and see what happens on that one. But for sure, Harry Kane deal remains on, despite Bayern being irritated by Daniel Levy deciding to wait and not to proceed with the deadline on Friday. Meanwhile,
Fabrizio Romano there, by the way. Welcome, everybody. Hit like buttons and share buttons, updating us on the Harry Kane deal. We're getting Fabrizio updates on Raya. We're looking at the situation with Lavia, Olise, Amrabat as well on this show, and big news surrounding Mohamed Kudus as well. So stay with the Football Terrace today. Don't go anywhere else. Hit like button, subscribe. Please turn on the bell notifications as well so you don't miss any of our latest content that goes out. But Harry Kane, as you've heard there, Bayern Munich annoyed with the way Daniel Levy's behaving. I don't think any of us watching are surprised by that in any capacity at all. That's how he moves. But the word is that Bayern Munich is still very, very confident of getting this deal done and agreed. We spoke about it last night that there was a delay. I think Harry Kane leaves. The more and more I think about it, I think he goes. I just don't believe Tottenham are this crazy, this stupid, this silly to not get it done. But I want to know what you think. Big update there from everyone's GOAT in terms of transfers. That's Fabrizio Romano. Let us know what you think and feel. What Fabrizio has also told us, and you can see this here, that David Raya to Arsenal now imminent. The Brentford goalkeeper has emerged as the Gunners' leading target has emerged as the Gunners' leading target this summer as Mikel Arteta continues to go on an ambitious summer drive. Now, what they're alluding to is what Fabrizio said, leading candidate in that area of goal, not, we know Declan Rice was the number one target. According to Fabrizio Romano, a deal could be done imminently. And I've always believed that to be the case. And this is more just a reiteration of what we've been talking about for 2 days now on the terrace. The fact that the first bid, although it's probably going to be rejected, and there's still no official word that it has been rejected. Ornstein only said it probably will be, likely to be. The fact that we're 36, 48 plus hours into this and there's been no official rejection tells you this deal is close. Player has agreed full personal terms. He wants to very much be an Arsenal player. The big question is for Gooners, are you going to do any more business after this? We're going to talk about Mohamed Kudus coming up. We've all seen the big bomb around this. We're going to hear Fabrizio's take. I'm going to give you mine. But will Arsenal buy anybody else? And do they need to buy anybody else? Because for me, they do. They need a bit more backup, a bit more support in those attacking areas. And if Brighton do take Mohamed Kudus, I think that is a massive, huge mistake by Arsenal to let him go. He is so damn good. He is so damn good. Let's actually take a listen to what Fabrizio has said about that deal. Take a little listen and get your views.
While Brighton have an agreement in principle with HIJACK for Mohamed Kudus, in an agreement between the two clubs at the moment, still waiting for the player to agree on personal terms. Because what I'm told is that Brighton, I told you that in June, Kudus has always been the top target, and this has never changed. Brighton have always been there, but they were waiting to agree with the player, and they are still waiting to have a final green light from the player on the personal terms. In that moment, it's going to be a here we go. So we wait for Mohamed Kudus to agree with Brighton on personal terms, but the two clubs, Brighton and HIJACK, have agreed on 40 million euros. That's the reality, and that's concrete, advanced by The Athletic and confirmed that they have this agreement. So
Look, I just want to stop Fabrizio there because, look, agreement in principle, and the player hasn't agreed on personal terms yet. Arsenal and Chelsea, and listen, I'm going to throw Man United into this. I'm not digging out other people's teams. We can't let this happen. Mohamed Kudus is going to go to Brighton. He is going to be sensational. And then clubs like us are going to try and buy him, but it's going to be 80, 90, 100 plus million. Getting him from the grasp of Tony Bloom is going to be almost an impossibility. Everybody, Liverpool, everyone should be buying this kid. And we're letting Brighton do it again. And I mean this with respect to Brighton. Look, they're paying more money than they did for Caicedo. Okay, he was 4 million. But look how much he's going for now. They're going to do it again. They're going to do it again with Mohamed Kudus. Fair play to them. They're about to break their own transfer record. It puts Lee Gunner in the mud. Oh, they never spend any money. They're going to have their biggest summer ever, break their transfer record, biggest wage bill they've ever had. They're continually growing, which is exactly what they should be doing. People acting like they should be spending like Man City. It's weird. But I can't believe the big boys in the Premier League are allowing this to happen. He hasn't agreed on personal terms yet. I believe they should swoop in. Now, moving on to Chelsea, because I think it's relevant. Is Chelsea have agreed personal terms with Michael Olise. So maybe this is why they're not going in for Kudus. I know Olise plays on the right. Kudus plays in a number of positions. But according to a French outlet, RMC, the Blues have now agreed personal terms with Crystal Palace forward Michael Olise and are looking at a deal in the region of £26 million. So maybe this is why Chelsea are not in for Mohamed Kudus. Maybe they're going to settle for Michael Olise. Chelsea fans, talk to me. Which of the two would you prefer? I think Olise is brilliant. I personally think Mohamed Kudus is better. However, Olise is more of a specialist on that right-hand side. Is that what you need more of? With Nkunku at the football club, with Jackson there, with maybe Vlahovic coming in, maybe you don't feel you need someone central who is that player. Maybe it is someone on the right-hand side that you need more. But according to this report, Chelsea are closing in on this deal. It also goes on to state that Moises Caicedo might be Chelsea's top target this summer, but it seems they are closing in on another Premier League star instead. There's also reports of other players that may come into Chelsea instead of Caicedo as well. That's still the big one. That's still the big fish, the Moby Dick, if you like. I know that Moby Dick was a whale and a whale is not a fish, but you get my point. That is the big catch that Chelsea is still pushing for, but Olise terms agreed. Chelsea fans, let me know what you think and what you feel. In terms of Man United updates here, I wanted to speak about this, that Man United to get Amrabat boost. It says Højlund is now through the door at Manchester United, but the transfer business has not stopped. Fiorentina midfielder Amrabat remains a target and was left out of the club's most recent pre-season game in England. According to Football Italia, they could even be open to selling the Moroccan international for 25 million. Now, this for me is just a reiteration of old news. The deal for Amrabat to Man United, as far as I've read, as far as I'm reading between the lines, I should say, is done. Player wants it. The clubs kind of know what it's going to cost. Intermediaries have done their work. It's about Man United selling players first. So once the Donnies and the Freds, maybe even the Scotty Macs have moved on, then you will see Amrabat come in. And my God, Man United will have a colossal midfield. A colossal midfield of you saw Casemiro yesterday, his ability to break up play, move the ball into his teammates, Bruno's passing range and ability, and his eye for creating opportunities. You throw Amrabat, again, with his ability to win possession back, his ability to shield the defense, his passing range, the way he drives the ball forward and breaks lines. You add that in, Mason Mount with his pressing ability, decent on the ball, but great pressing ability. The Man United midfield has energy, it has ability, it has chance creation, and it's a powerhouse of energy. Strength and energy, running, pressing. I'm excited indeed. And the Amrabat news will keep coming out. I'm excited about it getting over the line. I really am. But I want to get right. Do you know what? I always ask Man United fans what they think about this. But rivals, tell me now what you think about Man United's potential new midfield. Let me know. And speaking of midfielders, I want to touch on Liverpool. There's an article here on TNT Sport, which is BT now, who state that Liverpool move closer to the Lavia transfer. Liverpool may have taken a step closer to signing Lavia after the Southampton manager admitted he could leave soon, along with James Ward-Prowse. Now, we know he was on the bench on Friday's game that they won 2-1 against Sheffield United. the deal isn't done yet. And I know Liverpool fans are getting very antsy. Liverpool fans are very frustrated that Lavia isn't done, and they have no recognized DM for the start of the season as it stands right now on the 6th of August. And even with Lavia, I get the frustration that Liverpool fans have. He isn't experienced. How is he going to be able to be consistent throughout a 50 to 60 game season? Across all competitions, I'm talking, of course. It's unlikely. I can't think of an example of a young 18, 19, 20-year-old DM playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, has had a debut season at that club with only 30 to 40 games in his entire professional career and has been massively consistent. You could probably look at an example like Busquets, one of the greatest DMs football's ever known. But if you actually look back and research his first 2 seasons, he was, of course, playing with Xavi and Iniesta. He had Yaya Toure and Keita all in the team around him that played a significant amount of games, meaning the reliance wasn't on Busquets. So he was being nurtured with top quality players around him. Lavia is going to be thrown into that deep end at Liverpool. No real support of experience around him. The experience is gone. You've got Thiago, but he's often out injured. You've still got a leaky defense at Liverpool. You've still got a team that, even the back end of the season with the 9 wins and 11, were leaking chances. Is Lavia going to be the stopgap, the plug, the ability to shield that consistently enough for Liverpool to challenge for that Premier League title? I want your opinion. Please let me know in the comment sections what you think about that. But TNT Sport reporting that the move for Lavia to Liverpool is now closer. Please make sure everybody hits the like button. Please subscribe. Make sure that you've got the bell notifications turned on. And of course, go and check out our TikTok account. Exclusive content on there every single day. Every single day. So go and check that out right now, people. Scan the QR code on the screen. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Peace.